Welcome to Chronic Conversations, the podcast that brings a voice to the stories behind chronic symptoms. I'm your host, Katherine Rose, certified integrative health practitioner, founder of ThriveWell, and soon to be published author. After years of battling unexplained symptoms and finally getting a diagnosis of Hashimoto's, I turned my pain into purpose. Now I help women just like you feel seen, heard, and validated while uncovering the root causes of symptoms and helping to create lasting wellness. Each week, I'll share insights from my own journey, some proven strategies that I use with clients, and conversations with fellow experts and warriors. You're not alone, and you can thrive. Now let's get into today's conversation. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Chronic Conversations. I am so excited to be back with you on this platform. I took a little pause. Life threw some things my way, as it tends to do, and I needed to practice what I preach. Rest, get realigned, and I needed to give myself some space to heal. And I'll be sharing more on that later on a different podcast episode. But I'm here now. I am more grounded and more passionate than ever to help women feel seen, heard, and validated on their healing journeys. Today, we're diving into something deeply personal and widely misunderstood: living with an invisible illness. In today's episode, you'll learn the exact steps of the ThriveWell Method, the same root cause approach that I use to help women reverse their symptoms and reclaim their energy. These are the tools and strategies you can start implementing at home, no matter where you are in your healing journey. So I will be getting to those a little bit later in the episode, but for now, let's get into it and what it can possibly be like and feel like living with an invisible illness. So picture this, or this could have been you this morning or yesterday. You wake up exhausted even after 8 hours of sleep. Your joints ache, your head is foggy, and every moment feels like wading through quicksand. You get up anyway. You smile at your kids. You show up for work. You power through because that's what you've always done. And then someone says it, but you don't look sick. It stings, but you swallow it, force a smile, and carry on. Because how do you explain an illness no one can see? For those of us living with chronic illness, invisibility is our reality. We battle fatigue, pain, brain fog, while being told to just relax or just try yoga or get more sleep. Doctors dismiss us. Others just don't get it. And society praises us when we pretend to be fine or just push through. So we perform health. We show up looking put together, even when our insides are screaming. But the truth is, the heaviest part of chronic illness isn't the pain. It's the loneliness. It's the isolation. I know this reality all too well. I was, still am, a personal trainer, someone who's supposed to radiate health. But no matter how clean I ate or how much I exercised, I couldn't shake the weight, the acne, the bloating, the debilitating fatigue. It was tough. Doctor after doctor told me it was stress and that I was, quote, fine. But I wasn't. Eventually, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. It was validating, but it didn't make the fight any easier. I still had to justify my symptoms, prove my pain, and push through when I had nothing left to give. So I did what many of us do. I pretended I was okay. Because sometimes explaining felt harder than just surviving the day. So if you're listening right now and you're nodding along and can relate, I want you to pause. Grab a piece of paper or open the Notes app on your phone. Write down 3 symptoms you've been dismissing or pushing through. This isn't about blame, it's about awareness. I want you to know that you matter, and so do those signs your body is giving you. Once you've written them down, take a quiet moment and just look at them. What would you change if you started honoring these signals instead of ignoring them? What do you really need right now? Physically, emotionally, spiritually. Sometimes simply acknowledging what we've been carrying is the first powerful step toward healing. Acknowledging, not dismissing, not pushing it down, acknowledging. So, what if things were different? What if chronic illness wasn't something we just managed, but something we could work to reverse? This is where the ThriveWell method comes in. So, it's not about quick fixes, it's about getting to the root of what's causing your symptoms. So, not just simply putting a band aid on it. Now, these things I'm about to list may sound so simple, and they are. And with consistency, I promise they will make a difference. So, here's how we move from just surviving the day to thriving. The first step is that we need to nourish our bodies, fuel healing from the inside out with anti-inflammatory, thyroid supportive nutrition, and targeted supplements. Food really is foundational, not just fuel, but information for our cells. Guys, everything comes down to a cellular level. If our cells are sick, the good stuff can't get in and the bad stuff can't get out. So I want you to try this at home. Swap your usual breakfast for a smoothie with frozen wild blueberries, spinach, flaxseed, whole flaxseed, not ground, and a clean protein powder to support cellular healing and reduce inflammation. I have a smoothie every morning, and I've done it for I don't know how long, but I still look forward to it every morning. If you need a protein powder suggestion, I will put it in the show notes so you can look there for that. Okay. The second step is balance. So, of course, we need to support our hormones, our nervous system, and our sleep cycles. And we'll do this by reducing stress, honoring rest, and restoring our body's natural rhythms. So at home, commit to a 10-minute wind down routine before bed. Like dim the lights, put our phone away. I'm guilty of it too. I have my phone in bed more oftentimes than I should. We're all human, right? So we're going to put our phone away like an hour or two before you're going to bed and do 3 rounds of 4-7-8 breathing. Google that. Google what kind of breathing that is to support your cortisol balance and deeper sleep. You will notice a difference in your sleep if you stay consistent with it. And it doesn't even have to be that type of breathing, just some sort of bedtime wind down routine. I mean, because if you go directly from your phone or TV or computer, anything like that, and then you get in bed and try to fall asleep, that's not going to happen for a while. Your body needs that time to chill. And the third step is detoxify. Super, super important one. So we need to lower our body's toxic burden through, we do it with really simple daily swaps from your pantry to your products and support your body's natural detox pathways. So at home, I want you to switch out your plastic water bottle, if you still have one, for a glass or stainless steel one and start drinking filtered water to reduce like hormone disrupting chemicals like BPA. I know a lot of reusable plastic bottles and plastic products. A lot of them have that sticker on there that says BPA free. It may be, but it still has other types of forever chemicals in there. Get rid of your plastic bottles, plastic Tupperware, any plastic we need to stop using. And, you know, a lot of our bodies, if we've never detoxed, Well, whether we've detoxed or not, our bodies are always carrying a toxic load at some level. And our bodies store these toxins in our fat cells a lot of the time. And so if we have a heavy toxic load, then it's going to be even harder to lose weight if that's a goal. I will be talking more about all of that in a different podcast episode, but toxic load, very, very, very important to take care of. And we can, again, just start with simple swaps. I also offer a really simple, awesome detox that I can put in the show notes as well for you to try. All right, number 4, restore. So, in this step, we'll incorporate restorative movement, breath work, and really emotional healing practices that reconnect you to your body and gently build resistance. A lot of people don't realize how much our emotions and stored emotion and trauma can affect our bodies. And yeah, it can really make us sick and keep us sick until we address that. So, I mean, all these steps are important, but that's that's important and a lot of the times a reason why some people say I've tried everything and nothing's working. A lot of the time it can be emotional trauma that is stored in the body that hasn't been released yet. So, this is what you can try at home. Start your morning with just 5 to 10 minutes of either gentle stretching or a walk outside and focus on your breathing to shift you into a parasympathetic healing state. So, especially during the week, we wake up in the morning, whether we have, kids, we're getting the kids out the door to go to school, or we're getting ourselves out the door to go to work, to be on time. And if we just wake up to our alarm and it's 5 minutes before the kids get up or whatever you need to do, it's almost like we wake up and to like a fire alarm or something. It shoots our cortisol up and, we're already rushed and in a panic to get the day going. So just try, I'm telling this to myself sometimes too, try getting up just a little bit earlier to have the quiet of the morning for yourself to calm your body. And it will help so much, really, with your morning, everything in that day, and your body and the healing process. It's really, really helpful. And it's hard in the beginning to get up earlier, but I mean, man, once you start, it's really, really helpful. And then the 5th, sustain. So we're going to create lasting wellness through consistency, personalization, because no one body is the same. It has to be personalized. Accountability and a long-term mindset. So none of this is about perfection. None of it ever. We're all human. It's about what's realistic for you. So try this at home. Choose one small habit, like taking your supplements daily or eating a protein-rich breakfast. One thing. Don't try to conquer the world and like pick 20 things because we typically fall off when we get too excited. So yeah, track it for 7 days. Consistency builds confidence. Say it again. Consistency builds confidence. So when I say track it for 7 days, track whatever it is and how you have felt those 7 days, like mentally, physically. Just record it, try it, see how you feel. So those are the steps of the ThriveWell method: nourish, balance, detoxify, restore, and sustain. So I had a client call her Emily. She is a mom of 3 who came to me feeling completely defeated. She was dealing with crushing fatigue, unpredictable bloating, and just constant brain fog. She told me, I feel like I'm failing my kids. I'm here, but I'm not present. Emily had been to multiple doctors who told her everything looked, quote, normal. One even said maybe it's just motherhood. She left every appointment more confused and more discouraged. When we started working together through the ThriveWell Method, we took a full body approach. We cleaned up her nutrition, removed inflammatory triggers, and added in targeted supplements to support her thyroid and her gut. But even more than that, we worked on slowing down her nervous system, teaching her how to rest without guilt, how to breathe deeply again, and how to reconnect with her body instead of fighting it. Within just a few weeks, her digestion improved. Her energy started to come back in little waves, enough to read a bedtime story without zoning out. Wouldn't that be a good feeling? After 2 months, she said, I'm waking up before my alarm. I can actually think again. But what hit me the most was this. She told me, for the first time in years, I feel like I'm not just surviving. I'm living. That was good stuff. That's the power of addressing root causes and supporting the body as a whole and not just treating the symptoms. And again, it's not about chasing perfect health. It's about reclaiming the life you thought was out of reach. It's not. So to anyone who's ever been told you don't look sick, I see you, I hear you, and I believe you. Your illness may be invisible, but your experience is real. And the more we share our stories, the less alone we become. So thanks for listening, guys. If this episode spoke to you, take the next step. Feel free to go to my website and download my free clean eating guide and shopping list at callmekatherinerose.com. Or another option they can do is, if this episode spoke to you, you can feel free to take the next step. Go to my website and download my Energy Stealers checklist. There are so many things in our environment, our surroundings, that are stealing our energy. Check it out. It really is eye-opening. I highly recommend downloading that. My website is callmekatherinerose.com, and just navigate to the Wellness Hub and you'll see a whole bunch of resources there, but that Energy Stealers checklist will be there. Another step you can take, and that I would love, is for you to just DM me on Instagram at callmekatherinerose and tell me your story. I'd love to hear from you. And you can also join my email list to get weekly support in your inbox. You can also join that on my website. And once again, I just want to thank you for tuning in to Chronic Conversations. And remember, your healing is valid, even if others can't see what you're going through. You're not alone. Keep showing up for yourself and keep thriving. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Chronic Conversations. I hope you're walking